Blind Rush junkies, welcome back. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, wild escapes, crazy close calls, and the most intense moments caught on camera. You're in the right place if you're looking for the ultimate rush. So buckle up, don't blink. Let's get your heart racing. April 9th, 2021. A white Dodge Charger, R/T, came flying down State Highway 7 like it was trying to outrun its own registration. Arkansas State Trooper Brandon Bird clocked it at 85 in a 55 near Ola and flipped around to make a stop, but the driver had other plans.
He's crossing over the river bridge now.
19-year-old Corbin Fisher, fresh out of good decisions, stomped the gas and took off, pushing well over 132 miles per hour while passing cars on the shoulder, tossing a beer can mid-chase, and nearly sideswiping innocent drivers.
10-4, he's on 247 heading to Pottsville.
J15, J3, I'm on 247, here at Pottsville.
One game from 27.
J3, do you want us to pick pursuit back up or let it go?
Make sure I
am.
Dardanelle PD jumped in to block intersections, and Trooper Stephen Payton joined the pursuit. Despite a radio order to back off, troopers kept eyes on the Charger as it roared across the Arkansas River into Pope County. That's when Fisher overcooked a turn onto West Tucker Road, fishtailed into a ditch, and somehow popped back out, still running. The road ended at Pondview Drive, but he didn't slow down, nearly blowing past two kids on scooters before realizing, too late, it was a dead end. With nowhere left to run, Fisher rolled into a driveway and stepped out, hands in the air. Inside the car, an open box of beer. Fisher blew a .2%, refused a urine test, and was still suspended for DWI. He was hit with a full grocery list of charges, from fleeing and underage DUI to public intoxication and endangering minors. In the end, he took a plea deal, a few suspended sentences, 1 year without a license, and over $1,300 in fines. And just like that, another Dodge Charger gets added to the wall of shame. He started with a bolo and ended with a backflip. Somewhere in between, a white Acura got turned into a cautionary tale. On January 30th, 2019, Arkansas Highway Police Lieutenant Tim Gushing was chasing down one of 3 stolen vehicles out of Fort Smith. This one? A 2004 Acura, reportedly driven by 28-year-old Brittany Putt, who was not exactly easing into the spotlight.
We've taken door exit now. I have to wait until I get down here towards the bottoms.
Enter Corporal Michael Bowman. He jumped in around the 3-mile marker on I-500 as Putt was clocking 100 miles per hour and slicing through traffic like she was auditioning for a video game. She took the westbound I-40 ramp and kept pushing the speedo past 120, swerving onto shoulders, losing a rear tire, and still refusing to stop. Even after bits of her car started falling, she accelerated back to 90 like it was nothing.
I tried to knock her out there in the corner. It didn't work.
By the time she reached Dora Road, Putt was in the oncoming lane, blowing through blind curves and crossing into Oklahoma like she was trying to set a regional record for chaos. Then came the green light. If Bowman got the chance, end it.
Corner. It didn't work. We're in the bottoms now. You want me to try again?
He lined up beside the Acura, tapped the rear left just enough, and physics did the rest. The car spun, left the road, flipped, smacked a tree, and landed upright. Officers swarmed in as Putt tried to crawl out the back window. She was cuffed and taken by ambulance to Baptist Health in Fort Smith.
You got her? Somebody else in the car?
I don't think anybody else in the car.
I didn't see anybody else in the car.
Tell me there's not a kid in there. I think the other stolen, she was in front of that other stolen car.
Was she?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. She was parked right in front of a silver Impala.
Okay.
And when she saw me turn around, I
Leave her.
put out in front of her, she floored it.
Leave her. Got an ambulance coming.
I'm trying to stand up, but I'm
No, don't. Just stay right where you're at.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The Acura, confirmed stolen. Brittany Putt was later hit with theft by receiving, felony fleeing, driving on a suspended license, and a probation violation hold. The only thing she didn't flee was the hospital bill. When the clock hit April 28, 2024, on a quiet stretch near Greenland, Arkansas, a Ford F-150 decided it wasn't in the mood for a traffic stop. Behind the wheel was 33-year-old Marcus Duane Kelly, a man who clearly thought speed limits were just suggestions. Trooper Daniel Henson swooped in with lights blazing, but Kelly wasn't budging. He gunned it through country roads, weaving like a pro, and probably a fool. Then came the moment of truth. Henson lined up a PIT maneuver at around 80 miles per hour. Smash! The F-150 flipped end over end in a split-second rollover that would have made your stomach drop. Thankfully, no other vehicles were involved.
TBI rollover 1016. Hey.
Officers rushed in, pulling Kelly and his passengers from the wrecked truck. Kelly was shouting he did nothing wrong, but the truck's upside-down position told a different story. Dispatchers got the call. Scene secured, EMS en route, and troopers making quick work of the arrests. Kelly ended up in cuffs and a patrol car, probably wondering if flying trucks are actually illegal. This chase closed with a crash, some swaggering denials, and a failed escape attempt. Charges list: felony fleeing, reckless driving, resisting arrest. June 1st, 2020, Little Rock, Arkansas. Arkansas State Police Sergeant Nicholas Brown was posted up near MLK Drive, monitoring a late-night protest, when a very different call came in. A blue Dodge Dakota had just boosted an ATM and was tearing westbound on I-630. suspect? 38-year-old Leon Terrence Murphy, a man apparently under the impression that hauling a full ATM in a pickup during a citywide protest was a low-profile move. Troopers Jared Akins and Mark Blackerby responded, with Akins attempting a PIT that didn't quite land. The chase pressed on. Right off the Baptist Hospital exit ramp.
So, Rock, I'm gonna try to get up to him and hit him. We're gonna be taking Baptist exit.
What happened next looked like something out of a heist film. That didn't test well with audiences. Murphy barreled through the hospital parking lot, swerving toward the main entrance as officers boxed him in. Sergeant Brown cut him off, and Murphy's truck clipped Brown's cruiser, slammed into a concrete trash bin, and skidded straight into the corner of the hospital building.
We're going to be right out in the parking lot. Cover 10-15.
Good boy.
Good boy. Thanks for letting me talk. Yeah, Roger, 10-15. 10-15.
Swinger.
You right down the parking deck?
Then, in a final burst of optimism, Murphy bailed out the passenger side and sprinted for the hospital doors, only to find them locked. That was it. He was taken into custody on the spot. No injuries, no shootout, just a busted truck, a dented hospital wall, and one very frustrated wannabe ATM bandit.
Getting on going towards 57 north.
If you're driving a stolen Ford F-150, flipping a trooper mid-chase might not be the flex you think it is. On April 10th, 2025, just before 8 p.m., Arkansas State Trooper Tyler Riles spotted blue lights ahead while exiting I-57 onto McCain Boulevard. A silver F-150 was weaving through traffic like a pinball, and North Little Rock PD was right behind it. Riles jumped in to help manage traffic, but the pickup, driven by 40-year-old Mary Weatherspoon, took the hint and turned north onto Landers Road. That's when Riles took over as lead. As speeds hit 65 miles per hour, Riles pulled up beside the F-150 and gave commands over the loudspeaker. Weatherspoon's response? Screaming into her phone, brake-checking a trooper, and waving her middle finger like it was part of her defense strategy. She didn't make it far. Just before Trammell Road, directly in front of a Chevy dealership, Riles landed a clean, tactical vehicle intervention. The F-150 spun to a stop, and Weatherspoon was taken into custody without further incident.
Put your hands behind your back.
Really? Y'all come down here. I'm in Sherwood. Like somebody got drugged. You know, fucking drugs.
I don't think it's a little 10-15. You can put it in.
I need my phone.
We're not worried about that.
No injuries, no damage to other vehicles. Just a long list of charges that included felony fleeing, reckless driving, and obstructing governmental operations. Some chases end in chaos. Others, a one-finger salute and a clean PIT right outside a car lot. June 1st, 2024, I-75, Florida. A state trooper spots a Dodge Charger with illegal tint. He flips on the lights and pulls the driver over. Pretty routine stuff. At first, the driver plays it cool. 24-year-old Carlos Castellanos has a valid license, and the car is registered to his mom. No red flags until the trooper smells weed. Backup's called. Carlos starts squirming, reaching for something in the back seat, and then floors it. Now it's a full-blown chase. Carlos weaves through traffic like he owns the road, no regard for anyone's safety. Let's watch that pit again, from the trailing officer's point of view. Police find a backpack in the car with 5 vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana and another bag testing positive for fentanyl. Also in the car, his 13-year-old brother. Carlos is now facing a stack of charges, including child endangerment. Thankfully, the teen was unharmed, and Mom came to pick him up. Carlos, though, he just made the worst decision of his life. Meet Jonathan DeLoach, a 2020 finalist for World's Worst Father. He was a known drug dealer in Florida with 3 active warrants. On November 19th, deputies in Pasco County spotted his car, illegal window tint and all, cruising through Port Richey. They lit him up for a traffic stop. Jonathan had other plans. Instead of pulling over, he ran, with 2 small kids in the back seat. A nearby resident walking their dog caught the chaos on camera as Jonathan tore through the neighborhood. Then, this happened. His terrified passenger jumps out and yells to bystanders that the kids are still in the car. The children were shivering and scared, trapped in the water, but neighbors didn't hesitate. They jumped in and pulled the kids to safety. Meanwhile, cops arrested Jonathan and the woman on the spot. They found a small bag of crystal meth floating near the car. Jonathan admitted it was his and said he ran because of the warrants. He's now facing charges for child abuse, possession, fleeing, reckless driving, and driving with a suspended license. The kids, thankfully, are okay. The woman's charges are still unclear. July 20th, 2021. Marion County, Florida. Police are en route to a crime scene when, bam, a stolen truck pulls out right in front of them.
I'm with him.
It all started with a call about multiple stolen vehicles on Gainesville Road. CCTV footage shows 36-year-old Robert Daniel Dean loading up a white Ford F-350. Soon after, officers and a sheriff's helicopter spot the stolen truck in motion. Robert's on the run and desperate.
Follow it if it gets to where you'll need to back off of it. Air 1, westbound on 40 from 183rd Avenue.
10-4 westbound, 4056.
40.
And hopefully you can get him to stop 6.
58 approaching now.
Sideway is closed.
They're approaching now. 10-4 westbound, 6 hit.
Air 1, he's pulling over at Newby's Corner, gas station.
He dodges the spike strips, but luck doesn't last forever. Up ahead is an unrelated crash. Traffic's at a standstill. Robert doesn't slow down. He barely misses a pedestrian before slamming into the mud.
That's 10-4, 6377.
Traffic's looking ahead.
10-4.
Yes! Alright, he's getting stuck. Y'all box him in there.
Hold your station there, you need to stop.
Cops take Robert into custody. Turns out his license was suspended, and he was still on probation after another pursuit in July 2020. Huge violation. He's now facing 2 counts of grand theft auto, fleeing, eluding, and dealing in stolen property. Robert gambled hard and lost big. March 25, 2022. St. Lucie County, Florida. Police are hunting 41-year-old Corey Richardson. Around 11:30 a.m., deputies in neighboring Indian River County spot him behind the wheel of a gray suburban SUV. They follow in unmarked cars, waiting for the right moment. Corey pulls into a driveway. That's their chance. They try to box him in, but Corey floors it and blasts out of there like he's got rocket fuel in the tank.
Westbound 21st Street, getting squirrely. Hey, stand by, watch out. Yeah, I just tried to pit. He's taking back off. Units back out at Oslo Road.
The unit east of that bridge, shuttle westbound traffic off. Come over the bridge.
Hit one pair of sticks, looks like he's gonna hit another. Traffic, he's having to slow down. Stand by, I'm gonna try to turn again. We're going on 74th.
413, blocking traffic.
Okay.
Full traffic southbound 74th Ave. Go southbound. Coming up to the range, dead end. We're gonna have a signal for he's gonna crash through the gate.
Eventually, he hits pavement. Corey calls it quits without a fight, probably because he knows the gig is up. The whole thing lasts 14 minutes, covers 15 miles, and crosses county lines. Now he's facing felony fleeing, reckless driving, and a bond set at $125,000. September 24th, 2022, Chico County, Arkansas. At around 2 p.m., Arkansas State Police Trooper Walker Morphus was patrolling northbound on U.S. Highway 65 when he noticed a black Chevy Tahoe heading southbound with tags that had expired 6 months ago. Morphus activated his lights to pull the vehicle over, but instead of stopping, The driver kept cruising at 61 miles per hour with the right blinker on, like he was thinking about it, but just never quite got there.
Go ahead and ease up this way.
Where you at?
I'm just north of you, Warren. We're still going. Show me 1037. It's a gray Tahoe. We're north-southbound, headed towards Lake Village. Speeds are 63. They've had their blinker on. I don't know if that's supposed to be their flashers or what. Initial reason for stop was expired tags. You're going to take primary on this one.
For a mile and a half, the SUV continues like it's got all day. Trooper Tyler Grant joins from the south and quickly takes over the pursuit. Now with both troopers on scene, the SUV is boxed in. Finally, in a safe stretch, Trooper Grant executes a textbook pit maneuver. The Chevy shoots into the roadside ditch, flips twice, and lands upside down.
Calling it speed of 62, we're still south. Traffic's light.
0350. No,
31, if you want to pit now, that as slow as we're going, you can try. Pit. Start me aim, let's start me aim, roll over.
Hey, shut up! Let me see your hand!
Troopers quickly surrounded the vehicle. Despite the rollover, both the driver and the passenger were conscious. Officers pulled them out and placed them into custody without further resistance. Pafford EMS arrived and checked them out for injuries. Both men declined medical treatment and were taken straight to Lake Village Jail. The Tahoe, not so lucky. John Jones was charged with felony fleeing reckless, driving no liability insurance, driving on a suspended license, no seatbelt expired registration, nationwide extradition warrant, Arkansas Board of Parole, local warrant, Chico County, commercial burglary. Justin Hurd, the passenger, was not charged. He told troopers he wanted out, but the driver wouldn't stop. It started with expired tags and ended in a full-blown flip and felony arrest. John Jones racked up a laundry list of charges, plus 2 wrecked tires and a busted roof. As for Hurd, he just wanted off the ride. It's early morning in South LA when officers from LAPD's Southwest Division respond to a call about a stolen vehicle near Flower Street and Jefferson Avenue. No reporting party in sight, but minutes later, officers spot a truck with a trailer matching the description rolling near Exposition Boulevard and Western. They quietly tail the vehicle, confirm it's the one, and radio for backup, a supervisor, and an air unit. Inside, one man behind the wheel, later identified as Pedro Villalobos.
Hey, shout out the mileage.
355 is now eastbound 40th place from over.
60.
No, 50, Chevy goes 60, she's up point.
60.
Villalobos makes a turn onto Hoover Street, and boom, his trailer sideswipes a parked car like it's nothing. That's enough for officers to light him up. He refuses to stop, tries an eastbound turn onto 42nd Street, and instantly regrets it. He loses control and skids to a stop at the intersection. What happens next? He hops out, not to run, but to skateboard away. Yes, really. In traffic, with cops on foot and in cars.
From 40th place to 55, a very supervisor.
Hey, stop! Hey, put it down! Let me see your hand!
355 location. Unit, give me a glare. 1350 is...
Perimeter on Flower, Vernon, and we still have the Pacific riding southbound Flower. Police, stop! Don't move! Relax. Give me your hand. Relax. Give us your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Don't be sorry. Just give us your hand. That's it. Relax. Relax. All right, who got cussed?
As officers close in, one of them jumps out of his cruiser to grab Villalobos mid-skate. Villalobos leans forward to dodge the grab, but it doesn't work. The slight contact sends him flying off the board and onto the pavement. He's arrested with a leg injury and taken to the hospital. Nobody else is hurt. Let's just say, if you're fleeing from cops, maybe don't use a skateboard as your getaway ride. He was charged with vehicle theft felony, evading property damage, resisting arrest. From a stolen truck to a skateboarding escape attempt, Pedro Villalobos turned a quiet February morning into a low-speed circus. But in the end, wheels or not, the law always catches up. August 9th, 2022, Webb County, Texas. DPS troopers spot a silver Chevrolet SUV speeding southbound on U.S. Highway 83. The intel? It's believed to be involved in a human smuggling operation. When troopers move in to stop the vehicle, the SUV takes off, kicking off a high-speed chase through South Texas. As the pursuit ramps up, the SUV veers erratically across lanes. But before troopers can even get close, passengers start jumping out. One by one, 6 undocumented immigrants bail out of the moving SUV and scatter into the brush.
Going southbound on US 83 north, past the 6th. Be advised, we are traveling at 115 miles an hour. 115 miles an hour. Southbound, just past 255.
Still, the driver keeps going. DPS units deploy spike strips and make a clean hit. The SUV begins to wobble, then slams into a Dodge pickup truck a few miles later.
Airport driver. 22 spikes, too much traffic. Sorry, 1207, go ahead, 1027 spikes, 1027. 1050.
I'm gonna hold traffic here at the intersection.
Hey! Stand up! Hey! Stand up!
The crash sends dust flying across the highway, but miraculously, no one in the pickup is hurt. Troopers swarm the SUV and quickly take the driver into custody. The remaining occupants who bailed earlier are located and detained by responding officers and U.S. Border Patrol. Driver of the SUV was charged with human smuggling, evading arrest, with a vehicle reckless driving 6 undocumented immigrants. Referred to U.S. Border Patrol for processing from highway chaos to human smuggling. This wild pursuit packed it all. But with sharp teamwork and quick response, no injuries were reported, and one smuggler's run ended right at the crash site. June 7th, 2023. Just after 8 p.m., Dayton police spot a red pickup truck near Salem Avenue being driven recklessly by 57-year-old William Gerald "Jerry" Hefner. Officers attempt a traffic stop, but Hefner has other plans and hits the gas.
Wait, near me.
In a second.
The cruise, taking off, still northbound on me, I'm in pursuit.
Dashcam shows Hefner blowing through stop signs and red lights at speeds reaching over 100 miles per hour. He nearly collides with multiple vehicles and even cuts through residential yards and grassy areas to evade police. Despite the chaos, officers maintain pursuit through neighborhoods and main roads.
Tyson. He's continuing, going northbound on Tyson. Eastbound on Hoover. On the Gunther. North on Gunther.
He was charged with 2 counts of murder, 3 counts of felonious assault, tampering with evidence, failure to comply with the order of a police officer. A high-speed pursuit turns deadly. William Hefner now sits in Montgomery County Jail on a $1 million bond. His next court appearance is set for June 20th. August 29th, 2022. Glendale officers locate a stolen Volkswagen cruising through the 4,800 block of Northport Washington Road. The vehicle. Just hours earlier, it was taken during a violent home invasion and armed robbery in the city of Milwaukee. With lights flashing and sirens blaring, the pursuit is on.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna bail. Back northbound, back northbound. Lost a tire, it's losing tires, it's gonna bail here. Northbound Port and Henry Clay. Northbound Port, it's gonna go east on Marne, it's losing it. East on Marne, it's got no tire, east on Marne past Iroquois, which fish man, plates Adam Mary Edward, the 6. It's occupied 4 times. Come up to Lydell.
68 and behind you, I'll call it. We're still eastbound on Marne, coming up to Lydell, slowing down here. We're gonna go southbound on Lydell, south on Lydell now. Here in the 4,800 block of Lydell, still going, coming up to Hampton.
68, get in front, get it.
The suspects speed through city streets, refusing to pull over. Officers stay close but keep it controlled. After a few intense minutes, one officer lines up a pursuit intervention technique and sticks it. The Volkswagen spins out and comes to a stop.
Through traffic, medium traffic here. They are taking lead.
Alright, I'll call it. We're southbound. Speeds are 35. 60 lead, so pit is imminent here. No traffic.
On the way will be a capital.
Alright, still, here comes the pit. Here comes the pit, and off road into the park, and they're going to be bailing here.
One 184, are we doing mutual aid?
Right there. Alright, we're still northbound on the sidewalk for the park here. Hit a pole. We're going to be coming out onto Hampton. Squads coming out onto Hampton.
Still northbound. Still northbound. We're going to come out on a Hampton. 768 is losing a lot of it. Still southbound.
That pole.
768, crash, Hampton and customer call.
Officers swarm the scene and take 4 individuals into custody without further incident. The suspects, a 35-year-old woman, an 18-year-old woman, a 16-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old boy, all residents of Milwaukee. It's a dramatic end to a dangerous chase, but nobody is injured. They were charged with fleeing, eluding an officer. recklessly endangering safety. Additional charges related to the armed robbery pending DA review. From armed robbery to a pit stop, this crew didn't make it far. Thanks to swift coordination, no bystanders were harmed, and all 4 suspects are now facing serious consequences. November 22, 2022, White Settlement, Texas. Officers are alerted to a stolen vehicle tied to multiple armed robberies entering the city. Several patrol units and command staff respond fast. When they try stopping the driver, 39-year-old Michael Grant, he punches the gas. The chase lasts about a mile before he loses control and crashes into a chain-link fence at Central Park.
Right down in the park.
Despite the wreck, Grant isn't done. He ditches the car and takes off running, but with officers closing in from every direction, he doesn't make it far. A foot chase leads to the softball fields, where he's quickly tackled and taken into custody. Grant is pulled from the field and taken into custody without further resistance. No officers or civilians were injured during the pursuit or arrest. He's transported to the local detention center, where investigators begin linking him to other open robbery cases. He was charged with felony fleeing unauthorized use of a motor vehicle evading arrest on foot. Additional robbery charges pending further investigation. 1 mile, 1 wreck, and 1 sprint later, Michael Grant's joyride came to a crashing end. Thanks to sharp coordination and fast feet, this robbery suspect is now sitting exactly where he belongs, behind bars. On June 28, 2025, in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, a simple stop sign violation spiraled into a full-blown 100 miles per hour chase across the state line into Illinois. The driver? Absolutely not interested in stopping. Officers tried spiking the tires twice. No luck. But the third time's the charm.
Box again, box again, box again. 209, we're in Illinois. I'm gonna box him in again up here. I'm in front of him. Let's see if we can get him, guys. Contact, contact, contact. 209 intentional contact. 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this.
Before it ended, the suspect plowed into multiple squad cars like he was playing bumper cars at felony speed.
Contact, contact, contact. 209 intentional contact. 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this. Stopped here.
This is the Pleasant Prairie Police. All occupants of the Honda Civic, you are under arrest. You disobey our commands, the police officer will bite you. Do you understand?
Anyone else in the car? No, just keep coming back. Keep coming back. Drop to your knees. Drop. If you move, you will get bit.
He was eventually arrested without further drama. Just a massive list of charges: felony fleeing, hit and run, reckless endangerment, OWI, cocaine possession, drug paraphernalia, and whatever else they could squeeze onto the paperwork. Honestly, the stop sign was the least of his problems. Just after midnight on July 12, 2025, Arkansas State Police clocked a blue Dodge Avenger playing games with the radar on I-49.
Coming up on the 67. Someone started backing off. We're gonna make a move. We're gonna try to juke him. Took 678.
10-4, so we get on Marley.
10-4.
On the show reel. I will try to push him out of town.
10-4, I think he sees you.
That over.
Okay, he's losing control. He's in the ditch. He's in the ditch.
Speed up, slam brakes, repeat. Troopers lit up the lights, and the Dodge hit 134 miles per hour before spinning out on an exit ramp and flying backwards into a briar patch.
You're gonna jump down towards shallow. You can't be far. Okay, go. Go. I got you. I did not. I'm right here. I did not know he would. Like, I did not know he would do that. That was just wild. Like, I was like, slow down, bro. Why don't you just pull over? And then we go over here, and then he just like slides out, and he just like, yeah. He's like, bro.
Inside, a passenger named Eric Walder buckled in and was very cooperative. He pointed the finger at the driver, Julius Juju Walker, who was somewhere screaming in the woods. A K-9 unit helped track him down. Juju was arrested and charged with felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, driving on a suspended license, and, yep, kidnapping. Apparently, Eric wanted out mid-chase, but Juju had other plans. On June 12, 2025, Fenton City PD spotted a stolen car on US 23 and lit it up. The driver? Oh, he had other plans, like running from every flashing light in Michigan. Livingston County deputies joined the fun near Clyde Road.
Right City, UFC.
Looks like we're going to be going westbound 59 from 23.
So you're westbound on 59 from 23.
Alright, so we're going to be right lane. Heavy traffic, speeds are 45. Looks like he's going to pull away 59.
The stolen car dodged spike strips like a pro, then sideswiped an innocent driver just to add flair.
Everyone around the six.
One around the sticks.
4744 and 71, they passed 686, they'll be approaching you.
Alright, we're southbound Hughes. Speeds look like 60 miles an hour. We're approaching Golf Club. Let's see if I can try to shoot a pit.
They're approaching Golf Club, initiating a pit at 1645.
Alright, PI, we got a rollover.
Moments later, while blowing through an intersection on Hughes Road, the suspect slammed straight into a 2020 Chevy Silverado, sending it flipping into a guardrail like a scene from Fast and Furious Regret Edition.
PI, we got a rollover.
PI rollover.
Let me see your hands. No, fuck, no. No, I'm broke now.
You all right? You're all right? Just you in the car? Is this you? All right. He's good. Stolen driver's seat? Yep, stolen driver's seat. All right, break it up.
The Silverado's 66-year-old driver was taken to the hospital as a precaution and thankfully wasn't seriously hurt. The suspect? 42-year-old Jeremy Nelson from Ypsilanti. He went from high-speed getaway to hospital bed to jail cell, charged with fleeing, eluding, and hiding a stolen ride. He's now sitting on a $100,000 bond and a parole detainer. On July 16, 2025, in King County, Washington, a trooper attempted to stop a driver on I-90 near Preston for improper merging, but 21-year-old Victor Hernandez Paredes had other plans. He hit the gas and led officers on a wild chase down I-90.
The male driver looks Hispanic, light skin, black hair, with a red and white jacket.
Driver with a red and black jacket.
And there's two vehicles now, and this is Infinity right in front of me trying to police pursuit. We're about 100 miles an hour. The clean vehicles in lane 1.
Zero line with them and I do the Infinity as well.
The Honda has a flat tire, the rear right tire is flat. This car is falling apart from the rear bumper.
Honda has a flat tire falling apart too.
Exiting the high point. Sorry, we were coming from Highlands when I originally stopped him. He yelled out the window that he has a kid and he's losing control. We're in an off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
Can't hear me.
206 vehicle lost control, exiting to high point from Highlands. Subject to the child in the vehicle today.
It's spinning out. Now it's facing the right way. It's in the ditch. Go, go, go.
A pit maneuver slowed him down, but not for long. Eventually, the car gave up on an eastbound ramp, but the drama wasn't over. Enter a silver Infiniti G37, repeatedly interfering with troopers during the first chase. Turns out behind the wheel was Victor's older brother. January 12, 2025, Livingston County, Michigan. It's just after noon when a deputy spots a familiar face driving down Pinckney Road, and not in a good way. This 39-year-old Hamburg Township man has felony warrants hanging over his head like storm clouds. The deputy waits for backup, then flips the lights on, but the suspect hits the gas. Yep, here we go again.
Turning on Kettle.
So where are they at?
They're on Kettle west of D19. Unsuccessful.
Hands up!
Unsuccessful. Unsuccessful.
The black Chevy Impala tears down the road, but the deputy's not playing games. A clean pit maneuver spins the car out and ends the chase right there. But when they approach the vehicle, things get strange. Instead of a dramatic arrest, they find the suspect inside with self-inflicted knife wounds to his neck. Not exactly the ending anyone expected. Deputies move fast, pulling him out and jumping into full paramedic mode. Trauma bandages, wound packing, the whole 9 yards. EMS shows up moments later and rushes him to U of M Hospital, where he goes straight into emergency surgery. He was charged with pending, since the guy nearly took himself off the arrest list permanently. But those felony warrants aren't going anywhere. A wanted man, a high-speed chase, and a self-stabbing finale. Deputies chased him down, then saved his life. You could say they cuffed him and covered him. Omro, Wisconsin. It's 7:18 p.m. when Omro police get a disturbing call. A Facebook marketplace deal has turned into a nightmare. A 65-year-old man trying to sell his car is shot during an altercation with 2 would-be buyers who show up armed. The suspects flee in a U-Haul box truck, and minutes later, the chase is on.
Good
I-41. Wisconsin State Patrol and multiple county deputies are in pursuit of a box truck barreling down the highway. Its tires already starting to shred from spike strips. But the suspects, still going. They swerve at officers, dodge stop sticks, and fly past civilians. One misstep from disaster. Then comes Johnson Street. A pit maneuver spins the U-Haul, but the suspects refuse to give up. The driver slams it in reverse, heading right toward traffic.
Contact helicopter.
Losing his tires. He's going to be westbound on Johnson. Say to him, pit.
With civilians in harm's way, one K-9 deputy steps up and finishes it. He pushes the U-Haul clean through the intersection, forces it off-road, and disables it for good. The suspects finally surrender. Both are cuffed. Inside the U-Haul, a loaded firearm. A Facebook car sale turns into a gunfight, a citywide manhunt, and a chase through multiple counties, ending with steel, sirens, and one unstoppable deputy. This one could have ended a lot worse, but thanks to fast teamwork and fearless action, no lives were lost. May 22nd, 2021, Florida. At 10 a.m., troopers get a call. A stolen Cadillac is flying down I-75. They spot it in Hernando County, and the chase is on. Behind the wheel, Rachel Lynn Stefancic, 24, from Plant City, and she's almost completely naked. She hits speeds over 110 miles per hour, swerves through traffic, and uses the shoulder like her own personal express lane. Finally, troopers performed a pit maneuver and stopped the caddy on State Road 52. Rachel jumps out, still barely dressed, and is taken into custody. Inside the car, meth, a suspended license, and a whole lot of bad decisions. She's charged with grand theft auto, fleeing, reckless driving, meth possession, and driving with a suspended license. 2024, Arkansas. Arkansas State Police Trooper Jared Drum clocks a car flying down the highway at 90 miles per hour in a 60 zone. He lights it up, but the driver hits the gas and takes off, pushing speeds over 130 miles per hour. Trooper Drum stays in pursuit, and when the moment's right, he attempts a pit maneuver.
We're on secondary, 42, I'll call it. Driving in oncoming traffic.
But things don't go as planned. Both vehicles flip, sending Trooper Drum's cruiser rolling violently across the highway. Thankfully, Trooper Drum survived and was later released from the hospital. The driver, identified as Cameron D. Stone, 18 years old, is caught and taken into custody. No serious injuries on his end, just a rough ride straight to jail. Stone now faces charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and second-degree battery for the injuries caused to Trooper Drum. High speed, high risk, and a clear reminder. When you run, it never ends well, especially when flipping a police cruiser is involved. August 1st, 2024, Collier County, Florida. At 12:39 p.m., Florida Highway Patrol received multiple 911 calls about a black Toyota Camry driving recklessly on I-75. The car swerved all over the road and couldn't stay in its lane. Trooper G. Terruz, along with deputies, spotted the Camry and tried to pull it over, but the driver hit the gas instead. The Camry reached about 73 miles per hour in a 70 zone. Not fast, but just fast enough to catch a charge. After ignoring verbal commands, Trooper Terruz performed a successful pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle out and ending the chase. The driver was identified as Aberdeen Audria Lewis, a Florida resident. She appeared confused and dazed and had bloodshot eyes. While being treated at the hospital, Lewis admitted she had been drinking and believed someone had slipped something into her drink. She was admitted for medical care and observation. Allegations include fleeing and eluding and a DUI with severe impairment. Another clear reminder, mixing bad decisions with high speeds never ends well. What started as a regular day for the Arkansas State Police quickly became unusual when they received calls about a four-wheeler driving recklessly on public roads. Multiple marked and unmarked units rushed to the scene, and the suspect? Hard to miss. He was the only guy riding an ATV in town while wearing a Halloween mask. According to reports, this masked rider was actually wanted by the FBI for drug trafficking. So, was the costume a disguise or just terrible taste? Either way, it wasn't working. The suspect led officers on a short pursuit before getting caught. When questioned, he claimed he ran because he got scared. Sure, buddy. We may never know what was hidden under that beard. Drugs, poor decisions, or both. But one thing's clear, if you're wanted by the feds, riding an ATV in costume probably won't help you lay low. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.